you're already fiddling around. He gave you the guitar and you started playing it, right? Your grandfather?
Yeah, I singing in the choir and playing harmonica. You know, our house, we didn't have a lot of money, so we didn't have instruments. But my grandfather rescued this guitar and brought it over. But I was wanting to play like McCartney. I was left-handed and I wanted to play this way. So I had the guitar upside down, but I was picking out melodies and working things out. And then a strange thing happened where I won 8 free lessons from the Regency School of Music in West Toronto, and which was really just, you know, they were handing out flyers in the schoolyards and locally in order to try and drum up business. They get you in there, give you some free lessons, and then tell your parents, oh, you know, Mr. or Mrs. Emmett, your son's very gifted. He really should, you know, we need to sign him up. And so, but in this case, the guy that was the teacher there, his name was Jack Arsenault. And he said to me, yeah, you're not going to play like this. You're going to learn like this. And I went, no. And he goes, look, I'm left-handed. If your left hand's on the fretboard, I'm telling you, it gives you a huge advantage. And so he said, just give me a month and you're going to be better than all your right-handed pals. You know, when you meet for your little basement band get together to try and play Beatles songs, you're going to be the guitar player that's teaching everybody else how to do it. Because they're not even going to be able to hold down, you know, the F chord in the first position where your finger has to hold 2 strings. Like, it's true. And it made it so that there was this natural thing now that I was kind of gifted at, and it gave me a leapfrogged me into this world, you know. And it started with my grandfather's guitar, you know, with the hula dancer on the front and the palm trees and the
Cross
yeah.
dominant, is that what that is? You mentioned,
Yeah.
I don't know the word after that. Dextro, blah, blah, blah.
Dextro, sinistro. Like if you think about, like, you know, the word sinister, it comes from, I think, you know, Latin or Greek, or left is sinistra. So if you're dextro, that's right. If you're sinistral, that's left. So if you're dextro sinistral, you're doing fine motor control here, things of gross motor control with your, and you can be the other way around. You could be sinistro dextral, and that would be that your fine motor control is your left hand, and the thing you would pound a nail with a hammer would be your right. So, and the in the book it says this, you know, there's 10 people out of 100 are left-handed. 1 people out of 100 are cross-dominant, you know. So that's even more of a kind of a fluky brain thing, you know, getting back to what we were talking about earlier, you know, like I am what I am, and this was my chemistry, you know, the way I was wired. But guitar was something that was like, and I think creativity too. I think somebody asked me recently on my members forum about this thing about brain hemispheres, and you know, do you think, you know, that makes you smarter or better or whatever? And I go, no, but I do think it gives me an advantage when it comes to creativity. I do think the ability, and this is how I put it in my answer. I said, most folks, 1 and 1 equals 2. 1 plus 1 equals 2. But to people that are, you know, brain hemisphere cross dominant, you know, I think it's easier for us to see that 1 and 1 can equal 3. So, and I think that's the truth of creativity. Creative folks see answers, see potential, where your average person goes, what are you talking about? What do you mean there's a connection between these two disparate things? No, that's not. And I go, no, yeah, you can make it make sense, you know. But of course, it could be just brain disease.
You know those little memes we see on Facebook and stuff when you see the most interesting man in the world? I'm going to change and I'll put your picture on it.